Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner. Welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news, nice and early for all the people in Europe, in the UK time zone. I think it's quite early in the United States as well. In fact, it's probably very, very early. Good timing for me. It's in the evening, 5 p.m. Sydney time. And we've got some latest Chelsea news, Chelsea transfer news that dropped late yesterday. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, Fabrice Hawkins. I know everyone is Fabrizio, Fabrice. Everyone has that Fab. Or well, Fabrice is not really Fab. He starts with he is. I thought it was Fab. Fabrice and Fabrizio. They're all guns. But I just wanted to say Fabrice Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely needs to be rated as maybe not as high as Ornstein and David. Romano. I was going to say David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano, but Fabrice Hawkins is definitely one of the top ones there. Now, why do I think he's one of the top ones there, ladies and gentlemen? Look, check out the picture right there. Armando Broja to Burnley. It's done and dusted. It's a here we go. It's a done deal. He's going to be joining Burnley, and I have to say, I'm very, very happy for Armando Broja. I still think he's a top striker, man. It's sad it's not worked out at Chelsea Football Club. I wish it did. I still believe there's a top striker in there. I still think he's going to turn out to be a monster down the track. And I hope he does, man. I really hope he does. And I'm going to have one eye on Burnley 100% in this upcoming season, because I want to see how Armando Broja, does and fares at Burnley. He's robust, man. He's fast. Injuries killed his momentum at Chelsea. Finally got his break off the back of a very good loan spell at Southampton, I believe. And he came back to Chelsea under the new ownership. First season under Graham Potter. And I thought he was okay-ish. And he was developing slowly but surely. But then the injury killed him. Achilles injury, or was it the knee injury? One of those two injuries, I think it might have been both, to be honest, absolutely ruined him. And then he was off again, obviously a lengthy time off. And then from there, he joined Everton. And in Everton, he didn't really get a good go. Right at the end, he started to feature a little bit more, and I thought he looked very lively. But now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, he gets the move to Burnley. And guess what? Apparently, the biggest, wow factor in this whole situation, we sell very good. Now, we don't know the price of this, but what is getting touted around, ladies and gentlemen, is that apparently Burnley has met our valuation. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, not that long ago, we put up a video saying that the Chelsea valuation for Armando Broja is 25 million. And I was like, wow. I mean, if anyone is able to pay 25 million for Armando Broja, that would be mind-blowing, because, look, he's barely featured in recent times in the Premier League. And even though there is a supreme talent there, he's barely featured. And I thought, look, if we can get somewhere around 15 million, I'd be happy for that. But they're saying Burnley have met Chelsea's valuation. Price is not being mentioned anywhere as yet. I'm sure it will come down very, very soon, sometime today. But the fact that most journalists are saying that Burnley has met Chelsea's valuation makes me think our valuation was 25 million. And if that's what we got, wow, ladies and gentlemen, another 25 million. And this will be pure profit, because he's an academy product for us. So incredible if that's the case. Look, nonetheless, incredible. Anyway, another outgoing, which now lets me think that Xavi Simons, ladies and gentlemen, will happen very, very shortly, because we needed few players gone. And Armando Broja is the latest one, on top of recently who we've had, João Félix gone. Prior to that, we had Kepa gone. We had Madueke gone. We've had George Petrovic gone as well. So I think Xavi Simons will be coming through. And we've got more outgoings to happen. Many, many more outgoings to happen. Sterling, we've got some Nkunku news. So a lot of things popping up. All right, let's get stuck into the latest in regards to Armando Broja. As I said, heaps of news in regards to Broja. There's Nkunku news. There's a little bit of Estevao Willian news as well. You're going to love this video a lot. Now, this is from Fabrice Hawkins. Exclusive. Armando Broja is set to join Burnley. He was the first one who broke it, by the way. Fabrice Hawkins was the first journalist that broke this. Exclusive, Armando Broja is set to join Burnley. Agreement reached with Chelsea. The player has been given the green light to travel today for the medical. And very, very shortly right after, Fabrice Hawkins actually dropped another tweet saying Armando Broja is already at Burnley. First part of his medical completed. It will be long-term contract. The striker is leaving Chelsea. Exclusive story confirmed. Now, this is the thing. See how Fabrice Hawkins initially said the player is going to be doing his medical, and then straight away, like literally not that long after, he tweeted again. Well, on X, it's not Twitter anymore. He posted again saying that it's thundering down, man. It's absolutely pissing down, raining big time here in Sydney, Australia. But yeah, this just shows these journalists, they don't get the news immediately. Because Fabrice Hawkins initially was under the impression that Armando Broja is going to do his medical later, but the medical was already done. Who knows? Everything's already been done and dusted. It's already probably been already signed. Who knows? He might even start featuring for Burnley in the next preseason game. Whoever Burnley plays, I don't know. Maybe not. But the bottom line is, I'm definitely going to have one eye on Burnley in the Premier League, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will have that one eye as well. Fabrizio Romano was saying it's over between Armando Broja and Chelsea. Look, it's sad. It's sad it hasn't worked out. Injuries played a part as well. I wish it did. But nonetheless, look, it is what it is. The chapter with Chelsea is over. I hope the chapter now takes a different path and it explodes into a fantastic story for Burnley. Understand the transfer to Burnley will be permanent. Broja will complete his medical in the next 24 hours and sign a long-term deal with Burnley. Chelsea accepted conditions. Here we go. Obviously, it looks like medical's already done as well. Armando Broja to Burnley on a permanent deal follows Marc Guiu to Sunderland as well. We've got a lot of matches to watch. We've got a lot of people to see next season. Burnley, Sunderland, because Marc Guiu is our players too. And João Félix to Al Nassr. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be watching Al Nassr. Chelsea won't stop with Nkunku and Sterling also expected to leave this summer. Nico Jackson's situation open. Fabrizio Romano keeps talking about Nico Jackson. Not me, not anyone else. Fabrizio Romano keeps talking about Nico Jackson, which makes you think Nico Jackson is still going to be gone. Xavi Simons and Garnacho both high on the list. So, look, Nkunku news coming up now, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see Sterling. I think Fulham is hot on Sterling's case. So let's see what happens. Some lovely pictures. Armando Broja to Burnley, and you've got Marc Guiu, who's gone to Sunderland. So let's see how next season starts. Good luck to Armando Broja. Honestly, wish him all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if Burnley has met our valuation, 25 million. That was the valuation that was being told. What do you think? I think that's a sensational purchase and a big purchase for Burnley, which means Armando Broja, big pressure. You're going to have to make sure Burnley don't get relegated, which means you're going to have to score quite a bit of goals. Next up, Nkunku. Nkunku's case is hot now. Inter Milan didn't find any joy to get Ademola Lookman from Atalanta. So there was news that if Lookman deal doesn't happen, then Inter Milan are going to go after Nkunku, and that seems to be the case right now. Inter Milan have contacted the agent of Christopher Nkunku and have started to work on the transfer. Let's see how it evolves. Look, I think our valuation was once again 40 million euros. Now, if we get that type of money for Nkunku, I think that will be another mad one. The amount of money we are collecting this summer is insane. But I think the biggest issue here will be Nkunku's wages. Can Inter Milan come up with an agreement with Nkunku to find, a personal terms agreement? I think once you find personal terms agreement with Nkunku, we will do our level best to try and sit down with Inter Milan and see what kind of negotiations we can do. Look, I think 40 million euros, that's what was touted by us, might be a bit too much, which is approximately about what, maybe 35 million pounds. I think anywhere around 30 million pounds, that will be a good scenario for Nkunku, in my personal opinion. Look, once again, he's another player. Injuries have killed it. And on top of that, I think the Premier League is a bit too intense for Nkunku. It just never worked out, sadly. But it kind of started to show a little bit of glimmer of hope right at the end in the Club World Cup. But too late. and not enough. We haven't seen enough, and it's way too late to think about keeping him. Look, if we didn't go and get all of these Garnacho and whatnot, I probably would have entertained. But then again, Nkunku probably wouldn't have stayed, because World Cup season coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure Nkunku wants to play as many matches as possible. And Inter Milan, he will definitely play. And Inter Milan will go for the Serie A. They'll go for it in the Champions League. So it's a fantastic situation for Nkunku. And I think Inter would get a very good player. So let's see. Let's monitor what happens with Nkunku over the next few days. I think this news will heat up nicely. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, some lovely commentary from Estevao. Look, you know what? I can't wait for this kid. We are going to be monitoring this kid like a hawk. I can't wait for him to kickstart preseason. I can't wait when we start hearing that Estevao has arrived at Cobham. He's training. It's going to be sensational. Estevao, this is what he had to say in Instagram. I'm absolutely in love with this kid, and the stuff that he's saying makes me think he's very switched on and he's very focused to do well at Chelsea Football Club. Check this out. Man, I can't wait, seriously, to wear the Chelsea jersey. It seems like the days are slow to pass. It seems like the clock stopped. Man, but I'm really anxious. I hope everything works out. I hope I can build an incredible story and make Chelsea fans very proud. This kid wants Chelsea, man, so much. Look at everything he's saying. Man, I can't wait. Man, I can't wait, seriously, to wear the Chelsea jersey. This guy, he's eager. He's dying for it. He wants to put that jersey on, man. He wants to feel. You know what I mean? It seems like the days are slow to pass. Like, this guy is just, all he can think about is Chelsea, 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 and the days are not passing for him. It seems like the clock has stopped, man. I mean, he's in love. He's in love with Chelsea Football Club. But I'm anxious. I hope everything works out, and I hope I can build an incredible story and make Chelsea fans very proud. My man, if you have that type of attitude, and if you can stay humble, and if you keep working hard, and if you keep growing here mentally as well, I'm telling you, you're going to turn out to be a superstar, and the fans will like you. That's all the fans ever want. Hard work, good mentality, and the rest will fall into place. I love him, man. Estevao Willian, that is sensational stuff. Incredible commentary, incredible comments and quotes coming from Estevao Willian. This kid, trust me, we are going to feast, and we're going to be watching and hoping that he turns out to be a fantastic player. Let's see if there's anything other latest that has popped since we started doing the video. It's quite early. I highly doubt there'll be anything happening this early in the morning, but just in case, you never know, something might have dropped. 3 minutes ago, there you go. Jorel Hatta completed his medical and signs a 7-year deal with Chelsea. Well, we knew Jorel Hatta was already done. But yeah, now that's sensational. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially Armando Broja to Burnley. If they've met our valuation, that is approximately about £25 million. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.